Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Jedi Consular, and we're going to be playing, well, quite a harsh character from now on by the looks of things, because of the events in the previous episode will not spoil, and as you can see, we're down here in the engine compartment, or technically, well, kind of the engineering section, and we're going to be talking to our friendly neighborhood lizard, Kaizen Fess.
Krasnoplesanek Oglak, Brandenbursk, Skuvjeltras, Ortargorsk, Skočarad Mask Osla, Svetod Tranis, Undapolua, Jorska Pokret, Tosha Plumšik Patna, Šiverskars, Zademo, Janor Forita.
It's shameful such a thing happens in the Republic.
Dosk Tanga Rasjak, Šiverskars, Zonkelis, Korra, Skočarad Mask Osla, Svetod Tranis, Undapolua, Jorska Pokret.
Every culture has something to teach us.
Janor Forita, Zademo, Ragorand, Rakilurglexis Nas, Navrasisi, Odortikcha, Mordavrapsa, Dretas. Karnis Hisaknak Onas, Skuvjeltras, Korgakeran, Zevrenzezek, Janor Forita, Minsk, Bawilbeyagososis.
From the dark striation on the claw, I'd say this rancor was male, probably in the prime of life.
Lohasamar Klix Tulama, Mordavrapsak, Doskaskores, Shiverskars, Ragoras Tajaba, Kurkunskala, Orglexi Kvarjo Raunor, Do Unskka, Janor Forita, Zademo, Ragorand, Rakilurglexis Nas.
Such a rancor wouldn't have gone down easily.
Gurksasek, Wajulambasarsk, Parsk Potrak, Dornor Basruk, Endekrusk, Sankalis, Mordavrapsak, Ringhods Ruk Sark, Trakva Grenok, Gurkakachos, Ganaxlisik Jek Jash, Ruktar Krivo Kirvenas, Garakrades.
Imagine, without the war, there'd be only soft acolytes and crazed hermits to challenge us.
Šiverskars, Navrasisik, Dretas, Grelkevskunak Raktels, Vortraksruk, Belskik Krak.
I think I like him quite a lot, actually. that was actually a really cool conversation, and I gotta say, he even references another class story. And did you catch that? Did you catch that? I don't know, but it has something to do with the bounty hunter. Not gonna spoil, but yeah, bounty hunter. That is certainly a really cool reference to make. Anyway, we're gonna now go over to the Professor mission on Nar Shaddaa. That is one of my favorite planets, and well, let's hopefully not get distracted by the pretty lights, shall we? Well, we are going to be using a holo terminal, which is kind of a pretty light, I guess, so I guess we're going to have to be distracted a little bit.
You've landed on Nar Shaddaa. Few on that world will be pleased to see you, I'm afraid. Nar Shaddaa is a den of corruption, excess, and gang violence. It is ruled by a crime syndicate, the Hutt cartel, that takes a cut from every black deed.
I should look into this corruption. Purely for research, of course.
Many Jedi have thought the same, and either fall into darkness or run afoul of the cartel itself. But now, despite its power, the Hutt cartel is clashing with a new group called the Guiding Hand. The Guiding Hand's followers are fanatically loyal to an unknown leader. I believe this leader is Duras Fane, one of the missing Jedi Masters.
Blind obedience to a secret leader. If it is Fane, he's got the makings of an army.
That is my fear. Fane is an undisciplined maverick, but he has great charisma, incredible skill at influencing others through the Force. This Guiding Hand has attacked cartel spice shipments, operations Fane despises, in a way that shouts Fane's tactics. It's him. I know it.
Ill or not, he's right about opposing the Hutt cartel.
Even fighting the guiding hand, the cartel is immensely powerful, second only to the Republic and the Empire. So far, the Hutt cartel has tolerated, even aided the Republic. But if it discovers a rogue Jedi is hurting business...
The Republic can manage without scraps from a gangster's table.
But what if the cartel were allied with the Empire instead? We must find Fane before the Hutt cartel discovers his involvement. I have a contact on Nar Shaddaa who can help you, named THARAN CEDRAX. THARAN is a professor of exotechnology. He was once a friend of mine, and of Fane's.
If THARAN CEDRAX was friends with Fane, he might not be willing to help me.
Being Fane's friend puts him in danger if the cartel uncovers the truth about the guiding hand. He'll help you. THARAN has offices on Nar Shaddaa's promenade. He's usually there, if he's not nurturing his genius in a casino. Good luck. And don't underestimate Duras Fane, Jedi. His gifts of persuasion are unsurpassed.
Duras Fane? I was about to say Thane, yes. Duras Fane? What's up with that? Duras Fane? Are you serious? We're very, very similar, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Mirialan. Isn't that gonna be is that gonna be the case? Are we actually literally going to hunt ourselves or hunt our twin brother? Yes, wouldn't that just be the case? Anyway, apparently this THARAN fellow sounds like a very egotistical guy, doesn't he? Nurturing his genius. Oh, yes, I am sure it's going to be a really fun meeting. Okay, so we've reached the lower promenade, and I've already seen a huge amount of gambling and selling and all kinds of amazing sights and sounds and things, but I have a feeling that will be nothing in comparison to the ego of this guy, because if he's nurturing his genius, quote-unquote, then that must mean that there is definitely something going on there. Okay, I'm not going to be using Force Slow anytime, and Restoration is certainly something that I will not be using either, thank you very much. But we will now head into his office. The Professor, is that what he calls himself? Oh no. If that's what he calls himself, then I think we're in for a rather splendid treat. Oh my. Oh, hello. There's Holiday over there. Okay.
Hello, and welcome to the offices of Dr. THARAN CEDRAX. My name is Holiday, and I'm pleased to assist you. If you have an appointment, please make yourself comfortable while... Oh my goodness. It's rare to greet such a distinguished customer. I'd save your picture to my permanent drive, but that might upset my dear THARAN.
If THARAN can tear himself away from such a beautiful person, he deserves to be upset.
Very nice. But you lose points for the hesitation. I'm a fully sentient holographic life form, unique in the galaxy, or so THARAN says. You're a Jedi, aren't you? If you're here to see THARAN, he's... Well, I've been waiting for him to get back. For hours and hours.
I imagine Nar Shaddaa's full of actual women to distract him.
Trust me, sweetheart. I'm all the woman he'll ever need. THARAN had a special order to design a weapon, and the customer wanted him to deliver the prototype to the Nikto sector. The aliens there hate humans. The Republic. Hygiene. He should never have agreed to go.
With the Force on my side, I'll find him.
I promise. I'll be ever so grateful if you do. The meeting place is in the Nikto sector's Starship Chop Shop. It sounds like a nasty place. Please be careful.
I'm sure it is a nasty place. Okay, so let's have a look here. Okay, apparently I need to take another speeder. Okay, so a little bit of explanation as to why I did the flirt option in the previous conversation with Holiday there. I thought to myself, well, this is like the only chance I would think we would ever get, apart from with a potential romantic companion in the consular story, to actually flirt with someone, because usually, you know what I mean, smugglers, Imperial agents, bounty hunters, they all get a huge amount of flirt options. Whereas Jedi, I don't think... Did the Jedi Knight get some? I'm actually unsure. I think it did maybe get... one or two, and that's exactly the reason why I'm trying to do that here, because I'd like to see what actually happens. And even if it makes Kaizen disapprove a little bit, I don't really mind, because it's all for fun, and I'm just trying to see what kind of reaction THARAN will have, and what kind of reaction the opposing party in the conversation will also have. I think that's pretty amusing, and obviously she said, "Oh, for the hesitation you lose points," and I thought that was a little bit weird that he paused there. THARAN is a very smooth customer usually.
Don't be an imbecile. The weapon's obviously my creation. If you use it against the Hutt cartel, I'll be looking for my vertebrae in a trash compactor. Deal's off.
Manchi doti puna puna. Kabuk nuni snemo.
Threatening people in front of a Jedi isn't clever.
Chobot I kafstuan bile jihulo kuta.
I'm begging you, please don't get him started on this again.
O grani tampio da pushi wompa. Pu tula musta.
I'm sure you're very impressive.
Kunta chuta. Kasuyali kulira. Kanki kum. Kabanotase makipuna. Malituta odmishka.
I dislike being told what to do.
Wonki atacha kapa tonka. Jisa picha.
Oh, no one will stand in front of the Master. THARAN is running away over there. I'm kind of surprised that he's actually... okay, so he's just giving himself a shield. Yeah, he's just giving himself a shield. What a wonderful man. Oh, and now he's coming over here. He was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stand over here with my shield on. Don't worry. Are you peasants done fighting now?" That's literally what he's gonna say, isn't it?
That was gratifying. You rarely see delinquents getting their just desserts on this world. I'd have talked him around eventually, but I won't say no to heavily armed assistance. Unless you can mount intelligence on a wall, I'm afraid I wouldn't be a very tempting target.
I just saved your life. A little gratitude wouldn't be out of place.
My apologies. This has all been very trying. THARAN CEDRAX, Professor and Exo-Engineer at your service. Not that many around here respect my genius, especially those Nikto. Challenge the Hutt cartel? Where'd they get such delusions of grandeur?
If I can get a word in edgewise, I might be able to explain.
So Juris Fane has a vendetta against the Hutt cartel. If any Jedi Master would risk it, Fane's the one. That's why I was right. If the Hutts find out Fane is behind this guiding hand business, it'll leave the Republic high and dry.
I intend to stop him long before the Hutt cartel has a clue.
No easy task. The Hutts have their claws, well, appendages, into everything around here. Fane will have hidden himself well. But if Fane is using Nar Shaddah's gangs, perhaps that's our opening. I know a local gang, the Red Light Lancers. A bunch of tech specialists and slicers of ill repute. Rumor is, they're part of this guiding hand.
So if I want to join these Red Light Lancers, where should I start?
These Lancers have been pestering me to do a special job. I could pretend I'm interested and set up a meeting for you. But you'll need to prove your expertise. I suppose this prototype would do it, though I hate to part with it.
I'd owe you a favor.
When you put it that way. Here you are. And here, I always wear an earpiece at handover so I can call my assistant Holiday. With this, we can speak privately. Here's the location. I'll return to my office. If Fane is using some kind of mind control, I have research to do.
Well, I'm not exactly sure whether it's mind control, but it certainly is definitely something to do with the Force, because if he is as persuasive as they say, then obviously he is going to be a lot more persuasive than normal, because he is being controlled from the outside and all that sort of thing. Anyway, let's have a look here. What do we want to go for? Well, target stunned, yes. Okay, reduces the cooldown of Force stun, increases damage reduction, increases the damage dealt by Force Quake. That sounds good to me. Yes, exactly. Okay, so now where do I have to go? Well, I assume I need to go on a speeder. So let's just go to the promenade real quick, and then we'll actually see where we need to head. But yeah, I'm actually really liking the Consular story so far. I do feel as though the dark side options are a little bit lacking, but I mean that's always going to be the case, isn't it? Actually, I just said just literally 30 seconds ago that was always going to be the case, but that's the thing. If you think about it, the Jedi Knight dark side story is actually extremely good in comparison to the... Well, I say that, but then I think to myself, well, maybe Darkseid is a lot more viable in basically every story than we think, and obviously I have not played the Consular before, so I have no idea what kind of options we're going to be facing, but so far I am not particularly impressed by the Darkseid options, but... Again, I think maybe the Consular story is meant to be played a certain way, and maybe the developers did not put as much effort into both sides as much as they did with the Jedi Knight, for example, and even with the Sith Warrior. I mean, if you look at the Sith Warrior, if you play it honorably, if you play it light side, if you play it neutral, if you play it anything like that, all of them work really nicely. Whereas if you play straight dark side, obviously that still works with the Sith Warrior, but right now, nothing really has changed in regards to how people react to you. Yes, of course, they're going to be a little bit more frightened and things like that, but nothing has really changed dramatically. But I'm still going to hold out some hope here for the Consular, because I'm really liking the story as a whole. I just would like to see a little bit more reaction to our evil ways. Ah, okay, apparently we now have a holocommunicator call.
This is THARAN CEDRAX. Can you read me, Jedi?
Keep it down a little, please.
The Lancers leapt at the chance to hire me. Their boss, Clasia, is at the meeting ground right now.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much. So he's all the way over there. Well, I guess we'll be doing that in the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.